All right, we should be live. Just waiting for people to get in here. Give everybody a few minutes to join, and I'll start talking. It's going to be a more relaxed stream today. Not going to be as crazy as I was last time. But, yeah, I still have a lot of things to say. So I'll just wait for people to show up, and I'll start talking. All right. What's up, everybody, whoever's watching? Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to be as crazy as I was last time. I'm going to try to be more relaxed today. I was pretty upset last time, and I still am. It's just that, you get to a point where you stop being upset and you just start to just look at everybody and say, fuck is going on? You just start to wonder, right? Like, are there any real people? Is this a real world? Are we in a simulation? What's really going on? That's where my mind's been at for like the last few days, last week or so. Just trying to figure this mess out, this crazy world we live in. I'm gonna show you guys a meme. Watch it. But yeah, this right here, to me, represents most, if not 99.999% of humanity. It's this dog right here. Why do I say that? Because this dog, right? He's sitting down at this table, drinking his coffee or whatever that is. And just, if you look around, there's smoke, there's fire, everything's burning around him. Lord knows, the house is going to come crashing down on him eventually. But yet and still, he's sitting right in the thick of it. And in his little innocent, good thinking mind, like everything's just perfect, right? His little brain can only process this, which is, this is fine. This is what I'm talking about when I look at the world and I look at most humans. I just see people that see everything going on. Everything's burning, smoke everywhere. You know how they say where there's smoke, there's fire, right? And yet and still, people can see this with their eyes. No one has to tell you this. You shouldn't have to be told these things. And, even when I was a child, I knew something was wrong with this world as a child. So I don't want to hear excuses for adults that can't see what's going on. I just don't want to hear it. I feel people are willingly and willfully being ignorant. Because it's, what do they say? Ignorance is bliss, right? So if you want to be living in your happy place and just pretending that everything is fine when it's not, then eventually the fire is going to reach you. It's going to burn you. And then you're going to have to face it. And that's what I see with most of humanity. I see people that are just like, I'm like, how do you people see the stuff and then you have the nerve, the audacity to tell me that things are good and things are fine? I don't understand. And again, I'm sorry, because I know a lot of good people come here. They watch me. They like Kim Gogan, this, that, and the other, right? I get all that. But unfortunately, like I've told you guys before, I'm the reality check, right? So when my channel is gone, and not because YouTube took me down, but when I disappear from the internet, that means that my job is done. I did what I came to do, which is change the world for the better, and things are actually improving. As long as you hear my mouth, that means things are still screwed. Things are still messed up. And every single day I wake up, I check the news, I talk to people, I do research, and nothing that I see in my immediate life, on the internet, or anywhere in this universe tells me that things are getting better. Nothing. Do I see good people trying to do good things? Yes. That's not the same as things are improving and getting better. That just means that there are people putting in the effort and trying to do better. Right? That's completely different. You can't say, oh, because these people are trying to do a good thing and they're trying to make the world a better place, that means that things are good. That's not how it works. Sorry. That's just not how it has never, ever in the history of humanity worked that way. Never. Not on this planet. Maybe you can go to another planet where everything's peachy and you know, rainbows and gumdrops and everybody's heavenly and angelic and everything's always good. But not on this planet. It has never, ever been that way. Never. Have there been times of peace? Yes. But has it been consistent throughout history? No. Not any research that I've done into the history of the world, the true history, not the bullshit they teach you in school, not the bullshit they teach you in the Bible or any religious text. The true history of the world. This world has always been under attack. It's been infiltrated by evil since the beginning. And there have always been issues. It's never been a peaceful place. I mean, unless you want to call being controlled by evil peaceful, then if that's your idea of peace, then be like this damn dog, right? Just sit there and let everything burn around you and say everything's fine until the fire hits you, right? And I like this little line down here where it says, this is so normal. Yes, because that's how people think. They've been programmed and MK Ultra'd into believing that this is the way things are supposed to be. So anything that is better than this, if there's some kind of minor improvement in our life, in our society, we consider that a win. We're like, oh wow, things are improving, things are getting better because this one tiny thing happened. No. How about we've always been oppressed? We've always been living below universal standards, meaning other societies in other places live better lives than we do, and that's normal for them. But for us, we're used to this mediocre life, this mediocre living. We consider going to work and being a slave to rich people and, you know, being... There's so much shit that I want to say, but we're on YouTube. But being controlled, being poisoned by Big Pharma and all these other supposed, like the FDA, right? Supposed to make sure that our food is good. But they work with the evil ones to make sure our food is not good. So on and so forth. I can go through every single thing that is wrong, but I think most of you already know. But what I'm trying to say is, if that's your idea of living a good life, something is wrong with you. But let me be clear. Most people think that way. So in my eyes, because I've studied other civilizations and I have a different idea of what a good life is, I feel that if I say this to people, they think I'm a bad guy or something's wrong with me because they're so controlled and used to living this kind of mediocre life, right? Where everybody goes to work and you take care of your family and you pay to live because if you don't pay, you die. That's just the way the world is, right? That's the world we live in. But again, that's not my idea of living. That's like I've had people say, oh, be careful what you say on YouTube. so you don't get removed. Well, here's the issue with that. The reason why we're in this mess now, where the world is the disaster that it is because people have been watching what they say and they're scared to speak the truth. So I'm at a point where I'm kind of tired of that. I really am. Now I want to say something. I did have a streaming schedule that I was supposed to go to Rumble today, and I kind of canceled that. Meaning I'm probably not going to do any streams on Rumble for a while. And the main reason is because I've done a few over there, and there's no interaction. Nobody says anything. Nobody talks. It's kind of dead. Ironically, it's pretty dead over here today too. So, but long story short, with this meme is that when I look at the world, this is what I see. I see people, pretending that things are good when they're not. And I saw a video today, and I showed you guys this dude called the Black Conservative. And he had a video where I kind of want to show you guys, but there's this transgender boy or whatever. This boy that was born a boy that wants to compete in high school female sports, track and field, right? So this kid joins the female team because he thinks he's a girl and he's not, and his parents never told him that he was wrong. So they just say, "Oh, darling, you're definitely a girl, even though you have a dick and balls." But that's the sick world we live in, right? But anyways, so they told this dumbass kid that he was a transgender, he was a female. So he joins the girls' team and he smokes them without trying. He smokes the girls' track and field team without trying. Like, he barely broke a sweat. And you have all the little girls competing against him who don't know any better because their parents are telling them, it's okay, you can just compete against a boy and everything's equal just because the boy said, mind you, everyone is conforming to this little mentally retarded child who thinks that he is a girl. Everyone. The adults, the kids parents, the board members who allow this shit, the ones that make the rules for the sports, the schools, the government, every fucking body, the people that are watching in the stands that came to see this freak show, all of those motherfuckers are all there like this fucking dog saying, this is fine. They're all just sitting there like, oh, it's okay for this kid to smoke all these girls. It's fine because this one fucking kid has mental problems and he doesn't know that he's a boy because his parents never helped him or told him what the truth is. So now he's going to go and hurt all these other girls' chances to get scholarships or whatever the fuck. And they're going to feel disheartened because they have to compete against a boy. And that's okay. That's okay to society. Everyone's fine with that. That's why I'm talking about this shit again. Because I saw the video today. And I'm watching this whole, like, I want to show you guys. But it's like a whole stadium full of people. Girls training in the middle of the field. Girls running on the track. The parents are watching it. There's announcers talking about it. The government allowed it. The schools allowed it. Everybody's good with it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Now, if there are people that aren't good with it, then they should stand the fuck up and say something. Not sit the fuck down and let this retarded shit continue. Do you understand? There's a problem here. And this, to me, this is the ultimate evil that's taken place in our world, in our society. It is leading to the end of humanity. If we continue to allow this shit to fester and happen, it will lead to the end of humanity. And it's a nice, quiet, and easy way for these evil demons that are controlling the world to convince you that it's okay for people to be this way while destroying your world, destroying your race. They're convincing you this is okay, this is tolerable, this is normal. Everybody, they're the ones that are pushing this shit. That's where it comes from. It comes from the top. And the top is demonic. They're demons. That's where this shit comes from. The top. And they push it down. They tell the governments. They tell the school board. The school board tells the teachers and the students and the coaches and then the kids and the parents, and everybody has to conform to this shit. Well, you don't have to, but you do. Do you understand? This is a problem. It's a huge problem. And again, I'm going to say this again and again and again. The reason why I'm focusing on this shit is because there's not enough people standing up against it and fighting against it. Most people are like this fucking dog saying, this is fine. This is normal. This is so normal, right? This is the way things are supposed to be. So let me ask you guys a fucking question. How many of these freaks have to take over society and invade female sports and spaces before you guys say, hold on, we crossed the line here, there's too many of them? Does the whole fucking female team have to be made of males before you guys say, all right, there's too many fucking freaks that think that they're girls taking over the female sports, and everybody that's winning is actually a dude. He was born a male, and they're all beating all the girls. Now the girls team is full of nothing but males. Now you guys are going to be like, oh wait, I think there's a problem here. Johnny, Billy, Bob, whatever the fuck your name is. And I'm specifically using those names for a reason. And I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's mostly white people that support this shit. Mostly fucking white people. I don't care what anybody says or thinks. That is the truth. And like I said, I am the truth. And I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Whether you want to hear it or not. And I don't care if I get canceled. I don't care if people want to listen to me. I don't care if you get upset. I'm telling you the goddamn truth. If I show you the video, you'll see that damn near everybody in that fucking video is white. Just like I can tell you, a lot of people that commit crimes in the United States are black. I could say that. It is what it is. If you look at the statistics, that's what it is. But they get special privileges, right? I'm hearing this shit about San Francisco. They want to give them reparations and all this other shit. For what? For what? For being black? But that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother fucking topic. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is there are too many people that are okay with this shit happening. And it's leading to our society being destroyed from the inside out. It is a sleeping cancer. People see it too. That's this is what really pisses me off. A lot of people see this, but they don't want to say anything about it or do anything about it. They're scared. They're cowards. Oh, I'm going to be labeled this name by some random person that's psychotic and crazy. I'm scared of these people. So you're scared of people that are crazy and psychotic. So you won't speak the truth. So you're going to let them dominate society, right? Right. That makes a lot of sense. But anyways, this is what needs to happen right here. This damn dog, which is most humans, needs to get the fuck up off that table, put the fucking fire out. It's not fine, and you have a responsibility to act. Do you understand? You need to get up and do something about it. That's the only way it's going to change. And that's why, I could talk about Kim Gogan all day and all night. I could talk about universal knowledge. I can talk about whatever the fuck I want. But if you guys can't even put a dent, a tiny dent in the stuff that you can control, what's the point of talking about things that are outside of this world? You guys can't even put a tiny microscopic dent in something that anybody can do, which is not supporting this evil shit that is in front of your eyes, that you can see. You don't need to see demons. You don't need to see aliens. You don't need to go to outer space. You don't need to go to another world. You can just look at what's happening in front of your face and do something about it. That's all it takes. Just do something. Say something. Stand up. Like, I'll give you an example. So this fucking kid, right? He's competing in the female sports. None of those kids should have been running. The parents should have said, all the parents should have stood up and said, no, this is wrong. The kid's parents should have never let him do that. The kid's parents should have taught that fucking kid right from wrong, that he's a boy and not a girl. The school board should have never allowed it. The government should have never allowed it. But it starts from the bottom up, meaning it comes from the top down, right? The agenda is pushed down. But once it gets down to the bottom, that means the people at the bottom have to push back up and say, we don't want this shit. Because if you guys say, no, tired of this shit, we don't want it, it will stop. But because everybody's conforming and going along with it like little fucking sheep, that's why we have the problem that we have now. That's why this shit keeps going and festering. And it's not going to stop until people do something about it. It's that simple. Like, there was a swimmer, Leah Thomas, right? It's a dude. But this person took over female swimming. He broke all the records for females in college. And none of those girls should have jumped in the pool and raced against them. But they did. Why? Because they want to get their little scholarships and whatever, right? That's their livelihood. So I understand that to a degree. Unfortunately, because you're more concerned about what's, how to get ahead in life instead of doing what's the right thing, you lose. If you do the right thing and everyone does the right thing, you win. How? Because you stand up to the bully. You don't let them compete. You don't compete against them. You complain about it. You stop the whole event. And then, guess what? The school and everybody else, they have to conform to you now and say, okay, this guy is one person. He's ruining everything for everybody else. We should not let this person ruin this for everybody. Let's stop this person. So get this person out and let everybody else continue. That's what would happen. But because everybody just keeps going along with the shit, it keeps fucking happening. So what's the name of my fucking stream today? Too many people letting evil happen. Need more rebels and less pacifists. That's why I fucking named my stream that today. Because I see this shit consistently happening. And if you get upset with what I'm saying, you don't want to hear it, and you leave the stream or I'm speaking too much truth, then get the fuck out. That's the way I feel about it. I don't want you here. I don't want you watching me. If you're part of the fucking problem and you're allowing this shit to happen, get the fuck out of here. Go, go, go. I don't want you here. I don't. You're either going to fucking do something or don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to people that are contributing to the problem. I don't. And like I said, just because you're a good person and you're a pacifist and you don't believe in standing up and causing problems, you're part of the problem. Get the fuck out of my face. That's the way I feel about it. Hey, what's up, Lynette? Lynette said, did you see the black woman who was for reparations found out on TV show that her ancestors were on the Mayflower? Her mind was blown. She had to pay reparations to herself. Look, let me explain something about this fucking reparations bullshit. Everybody in the world owes everybody reparations. Why? Because every civilization in the world has taken over every other civilization at some point in time. How the fuck did we get countries and people in different places and races and yada, yada, yada? First of all, humans didn't even come from Earth. That's the first thing. But second of all, the ones that were here, they fought amongst each other millennia after millennia, killing each other and taking over each other's lands. That's how all the countries and all the societies were created. It's that simple. It's that simple. So if we're going to sit here and say who owes who what for taking over what lands, this, that, and the other, we're going to be here, like you said, Lynette, everybody's going to be paying everybody, and people are going to pay themselves, and it's going to be a fucking disaster. And black people sold themselves to white people. That's how that worked out. White people didn't just go to Africa and pick slaves up and left. They made deals with the tribe leaders who sold them the slaves. So they need to pay themselves their own fucking money or whatever. Or how about just work for it or whatever. But it is what it is. And Every race has been enslaved at some point or another by some other race. So this whole thing about reparations just really irks me. I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest, because I would get really pissed off. Ware said, "Oh, I accumulated about $4 of tickets not complying to mask for talking against corruption to cops. I won't pay and not scared. Sorry, it was 4,000. Yeah. That's what it takes. It takes non-compliance. It takes non-conformity. People standing up, people fighting back, people saying we don't want this. I think that's the main thing, is people saying we don't want this. Because you know, I heard people say last time on the last stream, they were like, well, my kids are good. And I'm like, that's fine and dandy that your kids are good, but are they tolerant and accepting of this stuff? Because that's where the issue lies, is tolerating and being okay with these issues that are clearly wrong in destroying society. So it's not just about not doing it yourself. It's also about pushing back and saying this is wrong and this shouldn't be this way. The issue we're having nowadays is that there's too much acceptance and too much compliance. There's too much, this is okay, I'm okay with it. It's not a big deal. It's only 1% of the society. So then when it gets to 2%, it's only 2%. It's only 4%. It's only 20%. It's only 50%. Like, where do we stop? Where's the line drawn, right? Where do we say, okay, enough of this shit? There are too many people that are like this. When they take over society, that's when we realize, oh, this shit is wrong. We should have never let them get a foothold like this. Like, I saw this thing where there was a pride flag drawn on the street, and there were kids riding over it, making skid marks on it, and then a truck rode over it, made skid marks on it. And the pride community and LGBTQ and all these leftists are, oh, they're so upset because somebody drove on the street. It's like, who cares if somebody drove over your fucking stupid ass flag? Who gives a shit? Get over yourself. But that's the issue, is that they've been promoted and propped up in society to the point where they feel entitled. And this is the question that I keep asking people, and there seems to be no answer. What rights are they missing that they don't have, that everybody else has? What are the rights that are missing? They're not missing any rights. They want special privileges. They want to be promoted. They want to be put on a pedestal. And if you're not one of those people, then obviously I'm not fucking talking about you. But if the shoe fits, then fucking wear it. If you're part of that community and you feel like I'm entitled because I belong in this community or I'm part of this community, then you can go fuck yourself. That's the way I feel about it. You're not entitled to shit. But that's what these people believe. Lynette said, I heard the first slaves were Eastern Europeans. That's why they're called Slavic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like every race has been enslaved at some point. So this whole thing about reparations, and this is another thing. All black people came from Africa. I'm sorry to say. I don't care where you find black people. They all came from Africa. All white people came from Europe. All Asian people came from Asia. That's how it is. Black people did not come from America. They're not native to America. Native Americans are native to America, not black people. Black people were brought over here in the slave trade. But they have this belief that America's their land and they built the country on their own and all this other bullshit. So if they built all this stuff and the white man didn't help them to build anything, it was just the black man building everything. So then why is Africa still a jungle? Why hasn't Africa gone through any industrial revolution or anything else? I don't understand why Africa's still in the same state as it's always been if they're the ones that built everything and made everything, and they're the geniuses, right? Okay, so then, first of all, if you feel that way, go back to Africa. And second of all, where is your progress in your own continent? And that's where they all came from. So if anybody should be getting reparations, it should be Native Americans. But even that I don't believe in, because to me, the earth has always been conquered by humans in terms of the humans that were here, right? So there have always been tribes fighting against other tribes and taking over land and killing each other and all this, that, and the other. That's always been going on since humans have been here. So this whole belief that, oh, well, you took our lands and we... Shut the fuck up. Take your ass back to your fucking continent. I don't want to hear that bullshit. That's the way I feel about it. It is what it is. And I really don't care what anybody thinks. I'm speaking the truth. Lynette say, yeah, it's all gone overboard now. Yeah, and I'm going to say this again. It's because there are people, namely white, liberal females in their mid-30s, 40s, and 50s, and even the 20s now. Actually, even teenagers. So basically, white liberal women of any age are the biggest propagators of all this garbage. Every time I look at somebody pushing for this kind of bill to give reparations or supporting BLM or supporting LGBTQ or something like that, it's always some white liberal females, like the majority of the people. I'm like, what in the fuck is wrong with these Karens? It's just consistent across the board. So I'm like, okay, if I see a pattern of the same people doing the same thing, I'm going to call it the fuck out. I'm not going to be like, oh no, that's racist, that's sexist, that's this, it's the truth. It's what's happening. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm tired of fucking sugarcoating shit. That's why we're in this place now. That's why we're in this world now, because everybody's too scared to say what the truth is. Everybody's worried and afraid. What's going to happen here? What's going to happen there? And if YouTube doesn't like what I have to say, fuck YouTube too. I don't care. They're already fucking suppressing my channel, so they're not going to let me grow, so fuck YouTube. That's the way I feel about it. But I'm going to say what I'm going to say. If it doesn't work out here, I'll go somewhere else. Alright, I'm going to show you guys the video I was talking about real quick so you guys can see that I'm not just talking out of my ass and going crazy. And the way I work is, you know, if somebody speaks the truth, I tend to listen to that person, right? Or I don't really care, like, skin color, gender, race, sexuality. I don't care about none of that shit. All I care about is, are you speaking the truth or not? That's all I care about. I don't care about people. I care about the truth. So anybody can speak the truth. Good, bad, whatever. So I care more about people, right? And this dude that I watched, which I showed you guys last time, I mostly watch him because he shows good stories that I don't really find anywhere. He just finds all these crazy stories. But I'm going to let him show what happened, and I'll talk about it so you guys can have something to look at. Lynette said, I think real truth is an alpha male. We need more of them. Yeah, it's funny because I think I'm just a normal guy. I'm just normal, but because society has fallen so far and we have so many soy boys, right? So many weak men nowadays that I look like an alpha male. I'm just a normal fucking guy. I'm a normal male. I'm a normal dude that's speaking the truth. And that's, you know, that's considered alpha in nowadays, right? But that's because everybody else is such a weak little bitch that I look a lot more masculine when compared to them, right? But anyways, and that's the thing. I have a soft side. I'm not always like this. But when it comes to the truth, I don't hold back. I just say what it is. But anyways, I appreciate the compliment, though. I understand what you're trying to say. But I'm going to show you guys this video. And then you guys tell me what you think about it. Hold on. I'll comment where I need to comment. But this is what I was talking about.
I got you.
Hit me up on the LinkedIn.
I got you. I'll text you because there's a secret I want. Last year I met Meb.
Yep.
Is there a possibility? You know what I'm gonna ask?
Yeah. There's always a possibility.
I like the possibilities.
All right.
We're not gonna talk about it.
All right, guys, so I stumbled across another example of why biological males should not compete against biological females in sports, as this story involves Chloe Barnes, who is a transgender girl, okay, aka biological male, who's on the track team for the Brookline High School, which is a high school out in Massachusetts. Now, Chloe is transitioning, I guess, okay, and Chloe practices with the girls, but at one point, Chloe would compete among the boys because of stigma. However, Chloe decided to join the girls track team this year and to compete in girls events, and we should not be surprised in regards to how that ended up. The girls track team actually ended up winning the state championship after Chloe, okay, who's a biological male, joined the team, right? No surprises. And this video right here is a video from an invitational that shows Chloe basically dusting the competition, biological girls, even going as far as to purposely slow down so that they can catch up with him while he's running to make it look like he's not absolutely dominating them. It's honestly shameful. It really is. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and play the video. And this is Chloe right here. Okay, this is Chloe.
Need in 3, Brookline in 2. Thank you. I have my water. I needed some.
Coach, I'm going to take a walk around the venue, see what's going on in the practice gym.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. And I think I want to go behind the scenes.
So I want you guys to take a look at this. I want to paint a picture, right? Look at all these people that are here watching this event. And I guarantee you that everybody here knows that there's a boy who thinks he's a girl competing against the girls. I guarantee you most of the people that are here came because of that reason. Then you have all these girls here that are, part of the event or whatever. You have all these people walking around here, grown-ass adults who should know better. Mind you, I don't know if you noticed their skin color, but most of them are white. I'm just saying, it's just a tiny observation I noticed.
To share.
But I'm gonna let this keep going. And then you have the stupid-ass announcer up here with his friend. Dude is black and the other dude's white. And they're just talking like everything's normal. Like, this is normal. It's okay. Who cares if it's a fucking a dude running against girls? Well, what's the big issue here? Let's just keep talking like nothing's happening. This is the shit I'm fucking talking about. But let's keep going.
For the Marathon
Please.
Expo. I've never been, but I heard it's an amazing event.
You're invited. Anywhere you want to go, you're invited.
I appreciate that.
Hit me up on the LinkedIn.
I got you.
Yeah, this is Chloe.
I'll text you because there's a secret I want. Last year I met Meb.
Yep.
Is there a possibility?
All right, you see that?
I met Meb.
Yep.
Is there a
All right,
possibility?
you see that? Right there, right before that, he turned around to make sure that he wasn't going too fast.
Okay.
Okay,
You know what I'm
look
gonna
at him
ask?
dominate.
Yeah. There's always a possibility.
I mean, he's
I
jogging.
like the
basically. This person's
possibilities.
not
We're
really
not going to
running.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's not only an amazing father,
He's jogging.
he's an amazing husband. He is the CEO of the Boston Athletic Association. So our future marathon runners, make sure you support the BAA in all their events.
Wow.
And Jeff dropped the little gems.
Wow.
We're seeking to recruit the next wave of leaders in our sport.
Yeah. So, I mean, they put this guy on their girls' track team, and the track team won the state championship. Again, do you think that's a coincidence? I don't think that's a coincidence, right?
So, yeah. I mean, the guy literally turned around, slowed down because he saw how far ahead he was of the other girls to give them a chance to catch up. And he still, while jogging, basically smoke them all. And this is fine. This is acceptable. This is okay. Do you see all of those people that were there in support of this event, knowing that there was going to be a boy competing against girls? All of them were okay with it. Do you see what I am talking about? Do you see what and I don't give a fuck if there was one person in there that wasn't against it. If you're there, you are in support of it. That's the way I feel about it. And no one's going to convince me otherwise. I don't want to hear this bullshit of, well, how do you know that everybody there was in support? Because everybody was there supporting the event, knowing that it was something wrong going on. If you thought it was wrong, you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be supporting it. That's the way I feel about it. So if you're there, you're just as guilty as everybody else. That's how I feel about it. I'm tired of playing these fucking games. Oh, we don't know who thought what and how. Shut the fuck up. They all support it. Period. I don't want to hear anything else. No excuses. Done. But anyways, so that's the shit. Like I said, you see all these people there. And that's why I say 99.99999% of humanity is okay with this shit. And the ones that aren't probably don't even know what's going on. But there are, people that aren't okay with it. But most people that I see that supposedly are not okay with it just keep their mouths shut because they're scared of what people are going to say. It's not worth the fight. It's not worth the battle, right? So like I said, how many of these freaks have to take over society before you guys say, okay, now it's time to fight. Now it's time to stand up. This is too much. What is it going to take? Because this is going to keep getting worse. And I'm going to let him show the rest of the video so you guys can see the stats of how boys, not men, boys are better than most female women athletes, not girl athletes, women. The boys can do better than the females, the grown women. So can you imagine what they do against girls that are not even grown? Just think about that.
It's not a coincidence. That's just how it goes. It's a cheat code, right? If you want to win, then just, get a biological boy that believes they're a girl and just put them on your team, right? As a girl, you can win every state championship you want. Again, this comes, after I did a story the other day about how a girls' basketball team refused to play against another girls' basketball team in the playoffs because that girls' basketball team had a biological boy on the team. And I don't blame them because it's not fair. Like, it's just not fair. Like, it's not fair. I don't care how you square it. This is not what we should be doing, right? We shouldn't be doing this. Again, this stuff is not even up for debate. Look, I found this article from Duke Law. Compare athletic performances, the best elite women to boys and men, right? So you have some of the best times in the world for a woman ever, right? A grown woman, okay? And just boys under 18 are just smoking them. Just basically are just better than them in everything. Boys under 18, the best boys under 18 years old are better than the best women athletes ever, right, in the world. It's not even close, right? It's not even close. And you're trying to tell me this is fair? This is fair. Look at the men's. Even just the regular men's time is just, even more dominating. Right, but we're talking about boys, okay? Boys can beat world-class women. What do you think a boy is going to do versus a teenage girl? Well, we just saw it, right? We just saw it. So, yeah, this is insane, right? These numbers right here speak for themselves. We're not operating in reality, but hey, facts, and data is hate speech, right? This is hate speech. This is, bigotry, transphobia, right? The facts, just simple facts. That's not fair. We shouldn't be allowing this. Again, is bigotry. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
Where it said looks like another version of Idiocracy movie. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie, but I heard some things about it. But as you can see, the craziness to me is that a lot of people don't talk about this, like a lot of feminists, right? And I don't consider myself somebody that stands up for just women or men or anything. I just call out shit that I see that is wrong in the world, right? Regardless of who it's happening to. But I don't see a lot of women's marches for these kind of rights or fighting against these injustices. I see them marching for abortions and trying to kill babies in the womb. So when women want to be murderers, that's when their rights matter. But what about this kind of shit? They don't care about that. They're okay with transsexual men destroying everything that they are, taking over their awards and sports and everything else. So it's okay for that to happen. But if someone like me comes along, I don't see any real prominent feminists or any of these so-called movements happening when this stuff happens. It's just people like me or Greg, the guy I just showed you guys, complaining about it on the internet. But where are all the real people at? Where's everybody else that has a problem with this? You don't see it. So I have a huge problem with this whole situation because, again, it seems like women's rights only matter when it comes to killing a baby in the womb. That's when women's rights matter. That's when everyone cares about women's rights. My body, my choice, blah, 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 right? But any other time, nobody gives a fuck about women, it seems. Don't you guys find that ironic? So I'm like, are women evil? Because they support a lot of evil shit. And I'm not talking about every woman, because people like you, Lynette, are rare, right? So I'm talking about the majority that are okay with this shit and let it happen. And don't say anything about it. Don't complain. They're fine with it. So I speak in majorities, right? Or generalities. Obviously, there are exceptions to every rule. But long story short, I see most people just, and it's not just women, obviously. There are a lot of men that are with this shit too. But I think there are definitely way more men that are opposed to it than women. That is 100% the facts. You guys can hear me now, right? I was talking for like 5 minutes, but I had it muted. So I feel kind of dumb about that. But I pretty much said everything I already said when I was muted. But yeah, it seems like you two are the only ones that showed up today. I was going to stream on Rumble, but like I said earlier, I'm going to suspend the Rumble streams for a while. I think I need more people talking over there and subbing over there. Then I'll feel more comfortable going back to Rumble. But yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? I can show the comments too in case, I'll show the comments real quick. So you guys can see if any of your comments were censored, because you guys know how it is on YouTube. And again, I have my Patreon. I have 2 videos up there. I'm going to do more content there. I want to do live streams on Patreon. I want to try that out. So maybe the next time I'll go live on Patreon. But there's so many things I want to say that I feel like I can't say here. It's really annoying. But yeah, like I said in the beginning of the stream, it's hard for me to talk about higher knowledge or things beyond this world when there's stuff like that going on. And I showed you guys the video because I wanted you to see all the people that were there at that event that were okay with it. They were all okay with it. They were all fine with it. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Everyone, what is this? And I look out in society, and it's the same thing. I look on the internet, it's the same thing. I'm like, okay, so where do I go to find these people that are against this or resist this? Then, like I said, I talk about somebody like Matt Walsh, and I get no support on that video. even though he was speaking the truth. So I'm like, so I guess people really are okay with this. And I have a huge fucking problem with that. But anyways, I do have to make a Kim Gogan video soon. Actually, now that I think about it, that's what I wanted to say. I'm probably going to just be making videos for a while. So this is probably going to be my last live stream for a long time. I might not stream for like another month. I need to focus on videos. I think the reason why my channel, well, one of the reasons why it kind of stopped growing was because I stopped making videos. And I heard something about in the algorithm that live streams kill your exposure or some shit like that. I don't know. But whatever the case is, I'm going to stop making lives and I'm just going to do videos. So you guys got me for a few more minutes before. So whatever you want to say, whatever you want to talk about, you can join the Telegram and Patreon. I made new tiers. Let me see if I can show you guys that. Where is it? Membership. I did these tiers where each tier has something different. Like I added perks or whatever. So like each one will have something, I guess, more. But yeah. So the first tier is going to have all the videos. So whatever videos I put up on Patreon, if you're tier 1, you'll have access to that. And it's $3 a month. If you're tier 2, you'll have all videos unlocked. And if you want to talk to me one-on-one and just have a direct conversation with me whenever you want, that's, I guess, another little perk. So you'll have another way to access me or just talk to me whenever you want. Tier 3, and that's $5 a month. Tier 3 is $8 a month. All videos, able to chat when you want, and all live streams unlocked. So for now, I'm going to have all the content on. So basically, for now, everyone's going to get everything. There's not, this is not an effect, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So like for the first couple of months, you guys will, if you do a $3 a month, you'll have everything. So don't worry about all of this for now. This is for the future. But anybody can sign up and support however much you feel like donating, okay? So that's up to you what you want to sign up as. But for now, everyone will have access to everything, even if you're tier 1. And then tier 4, it will be the only other perk is I'll make special videos for people. So like if somebody wants to have a conversation with me in terms of you want to ask me certain questions, that personal questions or maybe things I wouldn't answer normally, I'll make a video for those people. So we'll have like a little special extra videos just for certain people that want to talk to me one-on-one, because these videos will be me talking about stuff. This isn't going to be me addressing anyone or anything. But these videos will be for people. So if somebody says, hey, I want to talk about this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'll make a video just for that person. So it's going to be more work, but that's why it's going to be more money, right? But long story short, for now, even if you do this tier 1, which is only $3, you'll get everything. So if you want to have a video for you, if you want to just talk to me, all the live streams will be there, everything will be there, okay? So don't worry too much about that. And like I said, I'm showing you guys that so you guys know my mindset. So I would say probably until May or June, all the content will be accessible by everybody. And then I would say probably around June, I'll start to separate where the content goes. So depending on what tier you are, you'll get different things, different perks. And that's just a rough little thing. Like it can change, right? The prices can change, the the content can change. That's just to start off, give you guys something to look forward to or whatever. But anyways, Lynette said, I want to do a live where my comments aren't blocked. They blocked another one today. Yeah, I know. And like I said, if we do Patreon or Rumble, which, like I said, I want to make videos and I'm going to focus on Patreon. So they're going to be the YouTube videos, which will be on all the platforms. I'm not going to do lives on YouTube. I'm not going to do lives on Rumble. Not for now. For now. I'm going to take a break from that just so I can focus more on videos and focus on Patreon. So, YouTube will be as it's been, where I just put out the videos. And then Patreon will be where all those extra little perks come in. So people can have more of a personal relationship with me, I guess. And like I said, there's always Telegram. There are other things, but I'm going to be honest. I don't really do much on the Telegram. Telegram is more for you guys to gather and talk about whatever you want. And Trace is running it. So it's more of something that she's in control of. I'm letting her handle that. But, yeah, I just want to, like I said, the Telegram is for you guys to just talk about whatever. That's what that's for. But the Patreon is going to be more where if you want to talk to me directly or if you want to have more personal interactions with me, that's where the Patreon comes in. So yeah, again, June, like I said, is when the tiers will start to matter. But for now, you guys, if you even do $3 or whatever, you get everything that is there. And I'm going to start putting more stuff there. So like I said, because I'm going to cut the live streams, that's going to give me more time to make videos and to put stuff on Patreon. That's part of the reason why I've been slacking. It's because I've been trying to figure out what's the right way to go about this, right? Because I have to be real about what I'm doing. And if YouTube is censoring, if they're censoring you guys, like I want to show you guys something. Watch this. I'm going to show you something. So you can see how much they're censoring me. So if I go to YouTube, right? And I go Real Truth, right? And I go to channel. So I'm searching for my channel, okay? I'm searching for the Real Truth channel. I have 444 subs, right? So there's this Real Truth here. There's this person with 95K. So these people have a lot more subs, so that makes sense. Then this person has 398. They're listed above me. This person has 1.31. This person has 452. So about the same, but they're listed above me. 775. 591. This person has 90, and they're listed above me. 147 listed above me. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these. 287 listed above me. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to show you how far down. If you're trying to find my channel, look how far down you have to go before you find my channel. And why am I showing you this? Because they're suppressing me. They're hiding my channel. They don't want people to find me. And when YouTube does this, it hurts your growth. It stops you from growing. It stops you from being discovered. It cuts your viewers. It cuts your subs. It cuts everything. Which in turn stops me from being able to monetize the channel and make any money from YouTube. So that's why, like I said, I'm promoting all this other stuff because I'm showing you here. Do you see how far down? How many people are like, well, it's been at least 50 people, if not 100. Going down, down, down. 14 subs, and this person is above me. Yep. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, wow. Finally, you found my channel. Congratulations. Do you see what I'm talking about? This person has 4 subs there above me. 20 subs. And it's not really about the subs, but it is to a degree because if you have more subs, you should be higher up in the algorithm. But I'm not. I'm all the way down at the fucking bottom. So there you go. Now you guys can see what I'm talking about. Anyways. And that's just one thing. I've gone to other channels. I tried to leave comments. My comments don't show up. People don't get my notifications. People's comments get deleted without me knowing. They're like, why'd you delete my comment? I'm like, I didn't. I didn't even know you commented. People get unsub from my channel. Like, I make a video, 3 people unsub all the time. I'm like, so every single time I make a video, people unsub? It makes no sense. I haven't had any new subs in over 2 months. I had a few, like, in the last week or so, but before that, I wasn't getting any subs. It was the same number that I had in January. Same amount of people, and I can show you lives from back then. You can see the same amount of people. They completely shut down my channel. Then they're censoring you guys in the chat. I'm like, I can't do this shit. Like, it's fucking trash. It's trash. That's why I say I don't give a fuck if YouTube bans me. Fuck YouTube. That's why I'm saying all the shit I'm saying, because fuck it. They already fucked my channel, so why the fuck do I give a fuck about this stupid ass platform? But anyways, it is what it is. Lynette said, let Trace know early what videos you are putting out and when, so she can post on Telegram. Yeah. I mean, when I'm making videos, I'm in a zone, and it's kind of hard for me to do that. Let's just say that. Like, it's... And the Telegram doesn't... Like, honestly, if I had to be real, it's just you and Trace talking, so you guys already know when I'm putting stuff out. There's nobody else really talking in that Telegram. So, if there were more people, then it would matter, but it doesn't really matter if I posted there or not. Where said, you need to see it. Really, idiocracy, good infos, and you might be crying and laughing at the same time. The reality is like it is. Well, the thing is, where I know so much about how the world works that there's really no movie that will surprise me or shock me. Like I've had friends tell me, watch this movie, watch this, that, and the other, and I'll watch it and I'll predict the whole entire movie. And then they're like, how did you know this was going to happen? I'm like, because I know how the world works. And all they do is use movies to show people the truth. Because they know they can show you the truth and put it in your face. And you just think it's a movie and you're not going to do anything about it. Unless you're somebody like us that can see through it, right? But, like, there's no movie that I've seen now I'm like, oh, wow, that's crazy. I didn't think it was like that. Like, Lynette's like, that's why I don't watch movies anymore. But anyways, Lynette said, that's terrible. I think they are linking certain people like me with channels like yours. So we are a little bubble and no grassroots movements start. Yeah. In the last 2 streams that I've done, I've had maybe 5, 6, 7 people show up. Before that, I was getting like 20 or 30 people at least, which is what, quadruple the amount. So I was getting a lot more viewers, a lot more interaction, and now it's dead. It's like nobody's showing up. And I'm doing the same thing I was doing before. I'm promoting them the same. I don't know. If anything, I would think more people would watch, but I guess not. There's nothing I can do about it. What that tells me is that nobody's getting the notifications, right? So it is what it is. Where it said bad guys don't want real truth. Yeah. Yep. And the bad guys still run the world. Same in our life. Yeah. The bad guys still run the world. So I haven't seen any, and I'm going to say this again, I haven't seen any indication to make me believe that the bad guys are still not in control. Nothing. No one has said anything that makes me believe that the bad guys are not in control. I haven't seen any evidence of anything changing. If anything, I see things getting worse and worse and worse. And I feel like we're spiraling into chaos, like total chaos. And it's funny because Kim has talked about it. And she said, prepare for something that may or may not happen. And she's told people to prepare. So she's aware that something bad could happen where there's a collapse of society and people are going to have to fend for themselves. But like I told a lot of people, even if you prep for something like that, society is going to be so deteriorated that you're just prolonging the inevitable before you die. That's the truth. Like I heard this guy go on Tim Pool's show, and he's a prepper, right? But he has like this whole community set up in case of some kind of apocalyptic event, right? So he has all the grounds covered. Like, well, if this happens, we do this, and that happens, we do that. And he has like this whole community set up to like, you know, like if something bad happens, we'll be okay, kind of thing. And I'm like, bro, if it comes down to what you're talking about, you guys are going to be the only people around. So what kind of world are you preparing yourself for? Like, what do you think is going to happen? You think you're just going to live the rest of your life like that? And then when you die, what? That's the end of society? Like, I mean, it's so stupid. Like, yeah, prepping is good. Yes, prep till your heart's content. But like I said, when push comes to shove, if there's enough people that want what you have and you can't stop them, they will take it. So, okay, do what you do. That's all I'm saying. I like the way because I've heard somebody say, "Oh, what are you gonna do if society collapses? Are you just gonna like stay in your house and die?" And I'm like, "Yeah." What else are you gonna do? You're gonna go out there and try to like fight people and kill people to eat? Like, it's the same thing. You're probably gonna die anyways. Well, whatever. I am polite. What's up? You said bad times make strong men make good times make weak men, weak men make bad times, or something like that. Yeah, Tim Pool always says that shit. But the problem that there's something wrong with that analogy, and that's that it's purposely being orchestrated. You understand? Like, it's being done purposely. This isn't an accident that just happened because of some kind of cycle that takes place. This is it's not a natural cycle of humanity. It's being controlled by demons, and they're purposely making men weak and women whatever. I was gonna say strong, but not really. They're purposely destroying society. So, um, if it was a normal thing, I'd be like, okay, yeah, it's a cycle, but it's not. This has been happening forever since they've had control over humanity. Because think about the ones that control the world. They push all this shit onto people, and people accept it. Now, where I will agree is that weak people, I don't want to say weak men, but I will say weak people, don't stand up to it and support this shit. Like I was talking earlier in the stream about a lot of white liberal women that are okay with all this psychotic shit, and they're pushing it onto everybody, and then nobody stands up to them or stops them. Yeah, that's causing a decay in society. But they're getting marching orders from higher up, right? The government and the demons that control the government and all of that. They're the ones that are making society the way that it is. If humans were left alone, then things wouldn't be like this. But they are. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream. I appreciate everybody showing up. This is gonna be the last stream for a long time, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna just focus on making videos. If you want to follow Patreon, go ahead. I will be making more content on there. Lynette, I'll do a stream for you over there. You're already subbed over there, so the next stream I do will be on Patreon. If you guys want to tune in, I'll announce it on YouTube. And again, I'm going to focus just on YouTube and Patreon. No more live streams for a long time. Lynette said, I am so weak. If society collapsed, I would die early. I might survive longer if I moved in with my strong son and his pit bull. Yeah, it's sad because that's the shit they're trying to push. They're trying to make society weak. But it is what it is. So like I said, once you guys see me disappear from the internet, then you know the world is better. As long as I'm making videos and content, things are still fucked. But appreciate you guys. Take care. I'll see you next time.